I'm in a remote location in my paddock, and today I'm very proud of myself because I've not only put up a security camera, but I've also got it working through my phone, the internet, everything. So I'm going to show you how I did it. Get off. For some time now, I've been thinking about putting a security camera on my barn because I've been storing more and more expensive equipment in it. Now the problem is, it's 40 metres away from the house, so it's got no electricity supply, no services at all. So it did cross my mind whether I could find a suitable solar-powered security camera that would suit my needs. And recently, Eufy Security got in touch with me and said, how do you fancy reviewing our solar-powered security camera? So I said, absolutely. So today, this video is sponsored by Eufy. So this is the SoloCam S340. And the reason it suits me, firstly, is that it's got a whacking great big solar panel on the top. So I don't need to plug it into the mains at all. It's going to get all its power from the sun. It's also got two cameras, would you believe? Now, one of them is a wide angle lens camera in 3K. It'll pick up a wide angle so you can see everything that's going on. And then the other one, it's a zoom camera that can zoom in up to 8 times to get a really close-up shot of whatever you're looking at, which means you've got the wide shot and at the same time you've got a zoomed in shot to see the detail, both at the same time, and it can record both of those at the same time so you can get an overall understanding of what's going on. The clever bit though is that the head moves and can follow and track any movement. So it's got a pan and tilt function and a sensor that then tracks anything it sees in camera view, which means it's also got 360-degree surveillance. If you positioned it, it can actually look all the way around, which I don't need to. I think I only really need 180, but you could potentially put it on a corner and get 270 if you really need to. It's also got 8 GB of local storage, so everything that's picked up gets saved in the camera. And obviously it's connected to the internet, and it can be connected to Eufy's home base, which is the hard drive in your house. So all the information goes there and you can retrieve it whenever you want. This isn't a subscription-based service. Once you've bought it, there's no other fees. Right, let's have a look to see what we get in the box. This security camera has recently been endorsed by Which Best Buy as a superb security camera. So I'm expecting great things from this. I'll put a link to this and the Eufy website in the description below. It's always fun opening something new like this. The first thing that strikes you is the solar panel, which is around about 4 inches, 100 mil square. There's also a bracket that obviously screws onto the wall and connects the camera to the wall, and a load of screws and roll plug type attachments. And there's also this gimbal, and I'm thinking that this is that you can actually angle the solar panel towards the south or the sun to get the best charging rate. There's also a couple of cables in the box. The first one is a USB to USB-C, which is for charging the unit. And the second one is a USB-C to USB-C socket, which essentially is a 3-meter long extension cable. So if you want the solar panel in a different position to the camera, so it actually looks directly at the sun, you've got 3 meters of cable, so you can actually position it to get the best charging. If your camera, say, is on a north-facing wall, you can still have the solar panel facing south. There's also a small user manual and then the main unit itself that feels fairly weighty, and I can see a speaker at the front, and on the back there's a USB-C socket to connect to a solar panel and also a button that says sync. On the top there's a couple of threads which I'm assuming holds the solar panel to the camera, and also a connector that attaches to a bracket to fix the whole unit to a wall. A squeeze of the fixings allows this to unclip. On the lower moving part, which I must say looks really professional, I can see 2 cameras and some sort of sensor or infrared light together with an LED light at the top right. I must admit here, I'm starting to put it together without actually looking at the instructions because there's not many components, so it's not actually that difficult to work out what fits with what. This is the gimbal thing that connects the solar panel to whatever you want it to. Here I'm fitting it to the top of the unit, but you don't have to. You can actually put it on a fascia or on a roof or whatever and then use the extension lead to connect the solar panel to the camera. I don't think I need to do that because I've got a south facing wall. So I'm going to connect it directly to the top and have it as a sort of integral unit. What's nice is that the cable for the panel is short, so there's enough to come around the back and plug in without having too much flopping about. And that's it. That's the whole working unit, all in one package, ready to be fixed in place. So that's all pretty straightforward. I must admit, you don't really need the instructions to get to this point because there's not many components to it. I quite like the bracket because you can either fix it against the wall, or if you put it like this, you can actually fix it on a soffit, which might be more suitable for your camera. It works both ways, but for me, it's just going to be on a vertical wall. So that is the sort of practical section. The only thing I do need to do is to fix it to the wall, and for that, you get a little sticker showing you where you can drill, which matches up with the bracket. So that's all going to be fairly straightforward. The next thing we need to do is to sort out the software. Before I do anything with the camera, I put it on charge with a standard USB-C charger, so the battery's got plenty of juice in it before the solar panel gets a chance to start charging it. This is the bit I always get slightly nervous about, in case halfway through the setup it asks me a question that I just can't answer. However, spoiler alert, this is easy and even people over 50 can do this. I first download the Eufy app on my phone and create an account and log in just like any other. I have an iPhone, so I also enable the face recognition, and then it asks me to add a device and shows me everything in their range. I choose battery camera and then click on SoloCam S340. As I haven't yet installed a Eufy home base, I connect it directly to my router and type in the password. It asks me to press the sync button for a couple of seconds, which gives me a QR code on my phone, which I point the camera at, which recognises a QR code, and then it all syncs together perfectly. I name my new security camera Barn and change the setting to optimal surveillance, whatever that means, but it does sound good. And that's it, it works. So before I put the unit, into its final place, I'm going to just prop it up on a bit of timber here so I can try the 360-degree-ness of it, which I can't do in the final position because it's covered in bushes or whatever. So I'm going to put you up temporarily. Now that is very cool. The whole idea of a camera at home can actually follow you around and track you. Pan and tilt. That is, I think, pretty cool. And it really does 360. It goes all the way round to the back. You can't just keep going round in circles, but it does do a complete 360. How cool is that? The other thing you can do is turn that light on here, which is pretty bright even during the day. It's probably not picked up on the camera, but I suppose that will drain the battery. But in the middle of the night, it'll definitely illuminate a reasonable area. I can also record here directly onto the phone. So if I am talking to someone, rather than going through the camera memory or even the home hub type memory, everything is being recorded onto the phone. In the app as well, you can also see every event, which is every time the sensor has been triggered and what's triggered it. All you do is go into events and there's a whole list here of when the camera has been triggered, and if I just press on one of those, you can see what happened at that time, and you can scrub backwards and forwards and play with it and download it or whatever you want to. It's really clever. In the app, you can control just about everything, and monitor the power levels and how the solar panel is charging the unit. As I've only just set this up, you can see that it's telling me so far it's had 53 milliamp hours of charging over 45 minutes, and the battery level at the moment is at 75%. In the app, you can also toggle between the different views from the two cameras. Here's a nice little tip that I've used in the past. If you ever connect into Feather Edge and you want to connect a lock or a light or a camera like I am today, and you want a vertical face, the problem is with Feather Edge is everything's angled. So get an offcut, turn it 180 degrees, plant that on the front face, and that will cancel out the angle that's in the other direction, if you know what I mean. It gives you a nice vertical face, plus or minus. The instructions suggest fixing the camera somewhere between 2 and 3 meters off of the ground. I'm aiming at around 2.5 meters, which is higher than you can reach if you're just standing there, but low enough to get a clear picture of someone's face. I'm using some bigger stainless steel screws here and finish tightening them with a screwdriver, as going all the way with an impact driver can snap a plastic bracket if you don't stop in time. So there you go, installation wise, just 30 seconds to a minute. It's just 3 screws into whatever you're going to be plugging it into. And the great thing about this, compared to a lot of the security cameras and that I've used, is it just works. It's absolutely great. I love things that just work. Don't you? You just work, don't you? One thing I want this camera to do is to notify me when there's anyone in the area. And I must say, so far it's been really good at picking up whenever I've come into shot. When the camera does pick up a person, you get both video and audio. And from the app and your phone, you can also talk to the person stroke intruder through the speaker at the front. Although I found it impossible to demonstrate this, because when you're on your own, standing in front of the camera with your phone, you just end up with a feedback loop. Night vision quality, I think, is exceptional, although it's difficult for me to show you the tracking at night because above the camera I've actually got a security light that comes on with movement. So I'm deliberately keeping still here so I don't turn that light on. At this point I'm in complete darkness, and when I do turn on the built-in LED light through the app, it definitely floods the area with light. So I feel as if I'm sort of fully covered down here now. You can change the sensitivity of the motion detector just like any security. So I'm going to have to play with it a little bit so I don't get just the bushes rustling, setting the detector off, because it is very good at sending me messages saying that motion has been detected. But yeah, it's just great. There is preset positions for this as well. So I think I'll put a preset so it's just aiming just generally in front. So there you go, that is something I wanted to put in place for a number of months now. I'm glad I've got it up and the whole thing is working. Really proud of myself to do that. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I will see you next time.